times, touch gloves.
You know, it's fascinating to see the fame that Harlem Eubank is just starting to attract. Harry Scarf has got a lot of fans here from Derby. They were all cheering. Harlem Eubank, his name is certainly growing, and of course his name can be a burden to carry around. And Barry, we've just heard from one iconic American fighter. I think Harlem Eubank's taking inspiration from another here.
Yeah, he's dressed as Sugar Ray Leonard. Certainly April 1987 versus Marvin Hagler, and that was the same colour shorts, same colour boots, and he's a stick and move version of Sugar Ray, and Harlem, we hope to do the same.
And George, what are you looking to see from Harlem Eubank here tonight?
Well, so far so good from Harlem. You know, he's moving off the back foot, but nice and calm and relaxed. You know, he wants to start this fight nice and sharp. We got into it a bit before the fight. You know, he's got a great feint. You know, and I think there's such a strange thing to pick sometimes, but it's so overrated and underrated, I should say. From there, you can land a solid jabs and everything else follows from it.
And also, you get a reaction from your opponent, don't you? He either attacks and falls short, or he covers up, and you get a look where you can hit, what you can lead with. It's a really, as George said, an underplayed and underused movement.
We saw Payne Gardner in action last week, by the way. That was Antín's last fight as they take a tumble, both with a smile on their face, but just a touch of that blood from the weigh-in yesterday was visible there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it almost turned into a different sport there, man, I think. Harlem's got a smile on his face still. I think this sort of rough and tumbles and a bit of wrestling will suit Antín more than Harlem, who likes to have a little bit of distance, a little bit of time to give that different look, to feint downstairs, feint upstairs, touch him with the jab.
And that's what that jab is so important, because even though he's got to keep creating the distance, he also has to step behind it now and again and put a bit of weight and just remind Antín he can't just walk through him.
Eubank says he wants 4 fights this year, with the last one being what he describes as a big one. Right hand there from Eubank.
Lovely right hand there from Eubank. Just sat back, bounced off that back leg.
Set that up beautifully with the jab and went downstairs to the body, and that's a slashing shot to the body as well from Eubank. Varying his work really well early on here, Barry.
He is, and he's changing the speed of the shots as well, which is quite impressive. He's stabbing with the jab while the shot there from Antín, though.
Yeah, success there from Antín. And he felt Eubank wobble, I think, there. He felt he had some success.
No, he did. That was a really solid shot. He's come into this fight, you know, at late notice, but coming 4 pounds heavier as well. So maybe the naturally heavier man tonight.
And he put his whole body in that shot. That's a lovely response there, though, back from Eubank.
Yeah, there's a smile on the face of Eubank here. It suddenly got interesting there from Antín.
Bueno, una buena vuelta del argentino, en donde terminó con ese 1-2 que le movilizaron las piernas al inglés, y desde el rincón se lo escuchaba a los segundos de Antín de que presiones. Hizo una muy buena terminación de vueltas, en donde el inglés, desde la posición de contragolpe, había encontrado un par de combinaciones interesantes que el argentino supo absorber y dejar latente una vuelta muy, pero muy pareja.
Words there from Charlie B in the Harlem Eubank corner, with Adam Booth there as well, of course. Something from Antín at the end of that first round, just to make Harlem Eubank switch on and sit up and take notice.
The stick and move is the right idea for Eubank. The constant movement, then his hands go, but he also has to make sure he doesn't run too much and give away too much space, too much ground.
Antín closing the gap, and first time Eubank throwing that left hook that can be such a powerful weapon. The shot he certainly looks for.
Decent body shot there from Eubank. Out of the clinch.
And again, a real dig to the body. You can almost visibly see that slowing Antín up, although the Argentine saying, come on then.
Gets himself back in the center of the ring here, Eubank.
Look at the big uppercut there, Eubank. Being calm and measured about Eubank. Huge right hand there to the head of Antín, and he switches down to the body again. And he has that predator smile on his face, Eubank. He's starting to really fancy this, George.
No, he really is. Antín's a strong man. He seems to be absorbing his shots really well at this moment in time. These are really forceful shots coming in from Harlem, and he never gives you the same shot twice. If it's a right hook, it comes to the body. The second one, it comes round to the head. Then he's thinking about dipping that left hook to the body.
Is that the key, George? That he changes the tempo of the punches and also the speed.
Yeah, I mean, changing the tempo, the speed, even just varying it from left and right, head and body. It's you always keeping the man in front of you guessing. He never knows what to expect. He might see something coming from the right side, but you don't know if he's going to try and come long and whip behind the elbow or whip behind the ear. I think it's really clever boxing from Harlem. It must be something that he drills week in, week out in the gym.
Such a tight team in that boxing booth, Jim. Immersed them. Josh Kelly here, watching on ringside. We've seen Barao in action already here tonight.
So be careful, don't bring that right foot forward too often. Eubank with good body assault. Clever boxing.
Of course, Michael Conlon's here as well, watching on tonight. Head of his world title shot. And they're all delighted with what they're seeing from Eubank so far, who's so popular in the gym. Always describes himself as a smiley one of the family. Good jab there from Eubank, and that's it. Antín back on his heels, and he looks to back it up with a big right hand break finish to the round. Listen into the Eubank corner, Charlie Beat there with him.
Bueno, un round en donde se sintió cómodo el inglés, combinando bien las zonas blandas y dando movilidad al argentino. El inglés estuvo más astuto en ese sentido de distribuir mejor los golpes, y por su parte Antín como que perdió las distancias que le habían sido favorables en la primera vuelta. Una interesante propuesta, esta pelea muy atrayente por los estilos diferentes de ambos muchachos. Estamos en pelea, ¿cómo la van llevando ustedes?
Then let his hands go with precision, speed, and I wouldn't say loads of power, but there's whip in those shots.
Second out. Round 3. So Antín has come to fight. He's been impressive in his own way, but Eubank would love a statement win here. He'd love a 7th win by knockout. He'd love to show that power that he's shown in bursts before. And he has started very well here, George. And again, we switch briefly to a different sport.
Yeah, I mean, I did appreciate that one. That was clever from Harlem. And he fell over the front foot and he sort of let him go of his own momentum. But a former martial artist, if I recall
Absolutely,
rightly.
Yeah, very good karate practitioner.
Maybe some muscle memory kicked in there for him.
I think that was more matador than martial arts there. Just let him go through the cape and tumble over. But yeah, he was a brilliant karate practitioner as a youngster. He grew up watching Bruce Lee films. Harlem Eubank, British youth karate champion at the age of 10 and the age of 11.
There's that feinting with the foot that George was talking about before the fight. Just totally makes Antín just stop in his track. He doesn't know what's coming. Does he attack? Does he defend?
Yeah, there was slightly different makeup there from Antín, who now decides he's going to drop his hands, try and encourage Eubank to maybe fall over the front foot with an overcommitted attack.
But then now we got the Eubank that you were talking about. just before the fight with Jeanette. He can dictate the space now. He can move forward with that feinting with the front foot.
No, exactly. I mean, when a guy's dropping his hands and leaning his head in, he wants you to aim for the head. And Harlem, he throws that right hook, and it goes downstairs.
Eubank just stalking Antín there and then backing it up with that jab and then the right to the body.
This is an important moment here for Eubank. Not to worry about what Antín's doing. He wants you to lose your shape, not you to get involved in this sort of action here, where you're swinging with another guy who can hit you. You've got to stay disciplined. Work behind the jab.
Just to be clear, Antín can bang whatever the level. 8 knockouts on his record. You've got to always respect that kind of power. Of course, the question is who he's knocked out, but you take the point. It's there.
Well, Antín's got to throw in combinations. He's got to throw in blusters and combinations because if he wants to ruffle the feathers here of Eubank, just to put pressure on him with force, hit him with shots. There's a guy who's a clever boxer, doesn't like getting hit too often, so you smothered him.
A word there from Bob Williams. Trying to talk some sense into them.
Stepping on the front toe now of Antín stepping on Eubank's toe.
And clearly as well, I looked at the same time as you with a smile on my face. You can see the fact that almost the heel come off the floor.
And he bangs so hard to the body with that right hook, Eubank, trying to slow Antín down. Another good round in the bag for Harlem Eubank. Plenty of names and faces
la nueva vuelta
Channel 5
donde
boxing
la
tonight.
Argentina
There is the one
cada
and
vez que
only
llega con
Louis
ese
Theroux
1-2
watching
le
on
da cuenta
next to Calais
cuotas porque a su vez Eubank entra y sale y no se presta a la pelea franca. El gato tendría que ensayar más los golpes a las zonas blandas en los momentos de presionar como para luego sí volcar el castigo arriba, porque insisto, el inglés es algo endeble en cuanto a la defensa, porque Antín cuando llega, el inglés traba enseguida. La diferencia está en ese entrar y salir del inglés, que puede aplicar buenas combinaciones abajo y arriba, pero no se presta la lucha franca, ha sentido el poder de las manos del inglés.
Underway here. Harlem Eubank and the tricky Miguel Antín. Swelling under that left eye, the left cheekbone of Antín.
This is the right tackling for Antín. This is what he needs to do. Force Eubank to fight, put pressure on him. But it's got to do with the feet. You've got to close the gap as quick as you can. Make Eubank throw when you're throwing.
Every time Eubank lands with a hook to the body, Antín encourages him forward, and that's a sign that it's hurting him. It's a tell, I think, from the Argentine.
I never really noticed it before, but when you mentioned about the feint, no, I can't believe I didn't notice it. He literally does it so often. It's so effective.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time in a Booth gym once upon a time, so I can see elements of that. I know Booth isn't his main coach, but there's that low left-hand style where it's just that nice little, just fidgeting in and out, in and out, in and out with the front foot. Just keep playing with the distance and the sharp lead hand. At the moment, Antín, the only time he can have success is when he rushes in and he has to cross his legs and let his hands go in threes and fours. Sometimes it works for him, but sometimes it's not. And when Harlem can sort of keep him at the distance, give himself plenty of time.
Good bit of success there from Antín. And again, he just sniffs that he might be onto something. Using his strength here, Antín.
Good right hand there from Antín in that combination.
There's a left hook from him. There's still a smile on the face of Eubank, but just at times, Antín's making this interesting. Little flashes. Eubank just holding here, and Bob Williams telling him to let him go.
Looks like getting on that solid jab here now, Eubank. Get back to keeping that distance, creating that distance, keeping it safe. Slowing Antín down.
There's that booming right hand again, as George was saying, set up perfectly by Eubank.
Again, without that feint, that right hand doesn't work.
And the next.
Let's have a listen in now to Charlie Bean in that Harlem Eubank corner.
Keep giving him a boxing lesson. He wants you to extend. He knows he's not going to need it at the end round if you keep boxing. All right?
Bueno, se entrecortó un poco sobre la finalización de la vuelta, pero lejos la mejor vuelta del argentino, cuando el argentino lo puede llevar a la guerra frontal, a la guerra plena del argentino superior. El inglés tiene las manos, por eso el inglés está muy en escaparle a este sentido, a esta forma de pelear, a esta forma de contienda, en donde el argentino fue superior, lo tomó, lo pudo llevar a su campo, el de acortar el ring. Muy buena vuelta del argentino, que está haciendo una pelea muy, pero muy pareja, ¿eh?
Given that his flight landed in London at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, this is already pretty impressive from Antín. Of course, he's losing the fight. But the fact that he's in there trading and having these occasional moments, you can't fail to be impressed.
Really good advice in the corner, though, from Charlie Beat. Don't get bored with it. With your tactics, it's working for you. Don't try and overthink stuff. Stick with what's working.
Then Antín able to close that gap, though. And again, showing that physical strength, just charging forward almost. It's not subtle, but it can be effective. Great combination, though, from Eubank.
Yeah, that was really good from Eubank there. Antín sort of, he wants to make it that dog fight. He wants to have a little bit of a slugfest, but if you're the fighter in there and you want to keep it clean, as in you want to keep it looking classy, you have to finish the exchanges, and that's what Harlem did there nicely. Finish it with a great left hook.
That's a lovely jab. Just stopped Antín in his tracks there with that left hand. And again, stepping behind it, putting a bit of weight on that left hand is so important there for Eubank. And this is his distance. He doesn't need to get any closer than this.
There's that jab to the...
Fell over his own feet there, Eubank.
Yeah, uppercut there was so sharp from Eubank.
He can pivot there, can't he, George? To create the space.
Yeah, and sometimes there's not a lot in it, but you can tell the difference between someone when you're moving around uncomfortably or when you're moving around in full control of the distance.
There's that left hook from Eubank. Little pocket of success though from Antín again.
Yeah, he threw the left foot, Eubank. I think the right hand from Antín was the better shot, possibly.
The blood around the nose of Harlem Eubank. Certainly signs that Antín's tiring here. I think that work to the body is having an effect on him.
Tiene unos términos de round Antín muy, pero muy interesante, en donde le corta muy bien el ring con los golpes en las zonas blandas, como les dijimos que tenía que hacer. Primero las zonas blandas para acortar el ring y después volcar el castigo arriba. El inglés lo siente con el alma. Hay dos vueltas seguidas que el argentino está siendo muy, pero muy superior a este Harlem Eubank, en donde por ende Eubank trata de no caer en eso de la Guerra Franca, en donde el inglés sí es más propicio cuando se desliza a través del ring. Pero insisto, el argentino está haciendo muy, pero muy buena actuación.
Channel 5 Boxing live from York Hall in Bethnal Green, one of those vibrant atmospheric nights here. Harlem Eubank landing a really good right cross to start this sixth round as we move into the second half of the fight. This is where Antín wants it.
Doing a good job though, isn't he, tightening him up here, Eubank.
Well, complaining that was low. He looked at Bob Williams, who wasn't interested. You've got to keep boxing. You've got to keep protecting yourself.
Gonna take a step to the side here, Eubank, and right through the middle.
Again, that punishing left hook to the body from Eubank.
You know the fight's getting tired, how easy it was to push off there, Antín.
The legs have certainly slowed. They weren't enormously quick to start with, but Antín's feeling it. Right hand from Eubank, super shot.
Lovely drop back right hand there from Eubank. Bounced off that right leg. Punched him right through the target. Antín took it well. It was a terrific shot from Eubank.
But Antín's mouth is hanging open now. He's starting to feel the pace. He may just be there for the taking here.
Now those things that George was talking about earlier, they're starting to be more evident, more visible, and more effective.
Antín still throwing, still landing occasionally.
Eubank starting to enjoy himself now. He's even happy to sort of sit in the pocket with Antín and battle away inside and try and get some better work off. I think that's kind of risky. Doesn't need to do that.
Is it to tire Antín out? Possibly. They can be physical.
In the Antín corner, they're urging him forward. And again, the throw over the hip. Eubank to the canvas. Antín's bent double. He's really feeling it.
Well, fitness is one thing, conditioning for a contest, that notice is a total other thing.
It's the jab to the body, sets Antín back. Right at the end of the sixth here. Another shot to the body, drops Antín.
A little bit of blood on Eubank's face as well, I think.
But Antín shaking his head.
Una lástima eso de la finalización de la vuelta, lo tomó con ese golpe a las zonas blandas, a la boca del diafragma. Lamentablemente la sintió el argentino y se fue a la lona, puso rodilla en pie. Hay que tener en cuenta que ya estamos finalizando la pelea. Antín fue de apuro para Inglaterra, o sea, que no tuvo tiempo de ambientarse a Inglaterra. El cansancio puede llegar a ser está trabajando el último minuto más que todo como para economizar fuerzas, porque obviamente a medida que va avanzando la pelea se hace más dura, en donde el inglés pudo distribuir mejor los golpes. Pero está abierta la pelea, está abierta.
But Antín is starting to look so vulnerable to the body here. You sense that maybe a Eubank finish isn't too far away if he wants it. There's another hook to the body, George, and another.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, Eubank started this round really sharp off that left hand. I mean, this is where Antí's going to be comfortable. It's where he's going to get some sort of hope. Is when he's able to march Eubank back, even if he's not landing. That's a razor sharp jab. That's ultimately what's going to win him the fight, I think, at this point. Sets up every other shot.
Hooks to the body and then to the head. Measured work from Eubank there.
Look at Eubank trying to lean, even though he's working, he's leaning on him.
Antín drops again. It was another left hook to the body. And this brave Argentine may just have had enough. Oh, he gets back to his feet. Can he hang on in there? Goodness me, he's tough. Now Eubank looks to hunt him down here. Chopping right hand to the head.
Still a long way to go in this round. Now we haven't got to rush his work here, Eubank. You put your foot on the gas now, George, or do you stalk him down?
I think he's in full control, Harlem, and should maybe just, I mean, enjoy himself, just make no mistakes.
Once again, even that jab to the body knocks Antín back. He has been battered to the body. And there's that slashing right hand there again.
I mean, they just pay dividend body shots, you know, and sometimes you might get half through a round and you think it's gone away, and then you get one more whack in the stomach and you're right back there. Your energy bar is dipping.
And also the investment in body shots don't always seem to work, and you're the one taking them all of a sudden. It's like that, it's instant. All of a sudden, all your energy's gone, your legs are heavy.
Yes.
And you're slow, and that's important. You're a more hittable target.
Another big dig to the body from Eubank. You feel Antín wincing, and then the right hook to the head. Again, he goes downstairs. Williams having a look here. Antín just fighting back in time, but still just over 10 seconds to go. Antín again just somehow finds a way to survive.
Y salió de las cuerdas el gato mostrando las uñas, haciéndole sentir las manos, pero igualmente estuvo muy parado el argentino, tal vez el inglés estuvo más móvil en sus piernas, basó más los golpes en su desplazamiento dentro del ring, entrando y saliendo, mayor volumen, pero igualmente el argentino por la finalización y desde la cuerda mostró las uñas, pero insisto, que va pagando esta pelea y las energías y el cardio del argentino también, y eso lo está aprovechando el inglés, lamentablemente, con dos caídas, más que todo por los golpes a las zonas blandas y el cansancio propio de la pelea. El argentino lo está sintiendo, pero ha hecho una muy buena pelea el argentino, estuvo a la altura de las circunstancias.
3 rounds to go then. They're going to feel like a lifetime for Miguel Antín.
Look at the effect that jab has when he steps behind now. It's always been a good weapon for him in this fight, but look at the head rock back when he does it now. That's fatigue setting in here from Antín.
The slowing target and the lessening of the punch resistance. Left hook from Eubank. That is his punch, isn't it?
Check left hook's always been a brilliant shot for him. At the same time, I wouldn't be switching up. I'd stay really sharp with your mindset if I was Harlem Eubank right now. Antí's still there, he's still firing. He still carries power, just the way he's made up.
And that uppercut rocked him, didn't it?
He likes to do that, Eubank, doesn't he? He has to give ground, give you encouragement, and then explode into a shot. I just think in a fight like this, when he's got a guy hurt and tired, certainly tired, you don't give him any encouragement, that mental stimulant. You want to keep him on, his foot on his neck almost.
Yeah. Exchange of left hooks that Eubank won, and again he's got Antín going. Eubank down to the canvas, but it was a push.
I think he threw the punch and missed it.
Yeah, he put so much into that punch, he lost his footing.
Eubank's so good, he can knock himself down 3 times and still win a fight.
He talks a lot about mindset. George was mentioning it there, Harlem Eubank. He does stay switched on. He's got that almost Zen vibe you get from the karate, from those martial arts skills. He uses it effectively in his boxing career.
It's a lovely roll there. Underneath the shots there of Antín from Eubank.
Quieter 8th round. Maybe Eubank just started to tire a bit as well here.
Less body shots thrown this round from Eubank. If I was a team, I'd encourage him to get back. Just keep Antín honest. Some heavy body shots.
Twice now he's punched on the break, Antín, and that's why Bob Williams has just read a mini riot act here.
More than anything, those body shots have been working, haven't they? I mean, they've been the difference, actually, in a lot of the rounds. They've been the ones that showed the effect on Antín.
Nice work on the inside there from Harlem Eubank. And a slip from Antín. Quick wipe of the canvas here from Bob Williams. Adam Booth complaining the reason for that is they're pouring water over him and it's going everywhere.
You can see it dripping off his shorts there, Antín. The water. Good round here for Eubank. It's been a quieter round, he's been really effective with his work. Maybe needed a little bit of a second wind.
Bueno, un round en donde el inglés está demostrando la calidad que tiene en cuanto a los desplazamientos de entrada y salida. Mi duda es si el crecimiento de Eubank está dado por condiciones propias o por una disminución natural y obvia de las características físicas del argentino, que tiró todo al principio, en donde tuvo muy buenos pasajes, pero, insisto, a medida que la pelea se va haciendo vieja, el viaje se siente encima. Recuerden que lo llamaron a último momento, le mandaron los pasajes prácticamente sobre la balanza, y eso a lo largo de la pelea se siente. Igualmente, más allá de las dos caídas, que fue más que todo por cansancio, los golpes en las zonas bajas, el argentino está en condiciones.
With the quickest of knockout wins, and now Harlem Eubank turning on the style against an almost unbelievably game late replacement here in Miguel Antín. And it's easy to look at Scarf Dujon, our final fight of the night, as a comfortable night for Harry Scarf, but I tell you, if you sit with Jordan Dujon and see the burning desire, it might not be as easy as people think. There's a right hook from Eubank that hurt Antín, made the legs buckle.
Just had to hold on there, didn't he, Antín? I'm not sure how much danger he was in, but he felt those 2 shots. And what's happening now, because he's tired, he's not seeing the punches coming as clearly as he did earlier.
Lovely left hook there from Eubank, great hand speed. Could be a very, very exciting year for Harlem Eubank. A test here from a late replacement, but much bigger tests to come potentially. As Antín just tries to unload here.
Yeah, it's lovely left foot there from Antín, whipping the head round there to Eubank. Sublime, that's a beautiful body shot.
Yeah, full of a lovely right hook from Eubank as well. He's still picking the shots out well. Just feint up and down. We're waiting for that finishing shot. I think
been waiting for it for a while, haven't we? Feels like he's had Antín going for some time.
But he knows himself as well, Eubank. They're going to say that. He's not a devastating puncher. Eubank can punch his weight for sure, but he's not a devastating puncher, so he's not trying to take any risks.
Body and head there from Eubank. Nice clean work.
But he looks better in this position, doesn't he, Eubank? Putting the pressure on. Just giving out distance, coming straight back.
There's that jab from Eubank. Sets everything up behind that. And then just lost his balance there momentarily.
it's a bit of a bad habit Eubank does have, where he leans right down, but then he crosses his legs to break out, and it ends up being a bit clumsy. It's happened a few times in this fight, and it's even on the border of risky.
Bueno, hemos llegado a la vuelta final, en donde el inglés, movimientos de piernas, entrada y salida, distribución de golpe abajo y arriba, y no prestarse a la guerra franca, no prestarse a un mano a mano con el argentino, porque ha sentido la mano en varias oportunidades y no quiere arriesgar. Tiene dos caídas a su favor. El inglés no se va a enganchar, no va a querer nada sobre una guerra, un cuartel. Igualmente el argentino ha desarrollado una actuación formidable, en donde las primeras vueltas lo tuvo a mal traer el inglés, y después, bueno, trabajo del inglés y una merma física producto del viaje que ha hecho mella en el argentino, pero igualmente estuvo el argentino a la altura de las circunstancias, créame.
Antín looking to finish his fight strong. Must know he's behind on the points, on the cards. Made a real good account of himself tonight. Coming in late notice, showed no quit.
Body shot from Antín, then paid back there by Eubank, and again Eubank with the right hand. He felt that, Antín, then. Oh, you're right, Joe. He's fired back, hasn't he? He's been brave. Antín
needs to get out of this corner. Another booming left hook to the body, and then the right hook. He picks these shots so well, Harlem Eubank. Antín just sagging there once more.
Just needed half a step back there, Eubank.
There's that left hook again from Eubank.
Tip it over the front foot. He leans over, doesn't he? Sometimes gets himself in trouble.
You know, at the moment, Eubank is still on the journey of improving. Still needs quite a lot of thinking time. I appreciate that, because it ends up resulting in some quality work. And he'll have to reduce the thinking time required as he starts going through the levels, and just tidy up on some of them odd shots that are going through like this.
Right hand got through there from Antín, and then a left hook. Antín is swinging for the fences here.
Lovely left hook there from Eubank, though. I just feel the pop's gone out the punches there of Antín. He absorbed that quite easily, didn't he, Eubank?
Final minute of an unexpectedly intriguing fight. Eubank learning all the time, getting better. Antín, unbelievably brave. Just thinking that Kane Gardner win looks a lot better than it did at the time now against Antín.
It does. Eubank is still on his journey, and I think that, you know, he would have loved to have got rid of this guy 4 or 5 rounds ago, but he's learning every time he gets stepped through them ropes underneath the spotlight, because he's always having to overcome something, even to the point here where his opponent's punching after the break.
10 entertaining rounds there, and Harlem Eubank, the clear winner. Won't take long to get these scores sorted out, I'm sure. And they'll be pleased with him, and he'll be pleased to have got through. In the end, what's a difficult test? When you have a late change of opponent, it's never easy, Barry, is it?
No, it's not, because, you know, you've been training for one guy, and all of a sudden you might have to tinker with certain things, and it's the unknown what he does. But luckily, you know, you've seen Antín box before, you know, so he'd be able to sort of roughly adjust to it quickly. It was a good performance. I think, you know, he's a mover. He's a stick and move, isn't he? And that's what he does. He throws the combinations, moves on the tag pretty well. Gives away too much ground at times. But all in all, George, it was a good performance, I thought.
That was a brilliant performance.
Bueno,
I think,
muy buena actuación del argentino.
Eubank's not,
Muy
he
buena
doesn't have that
actuación del
equalizer
argentino.
power.
En donde, como le iba diciendo a través de las vueltas,
He does generate a lot
el
of
físico
power
le
through,
jugó en contra, el viaje muy largo,
technique,
la hayan llamado sobre el final.
varying the
Pero el
shots, keeping the
argentino,
guy
cuando
guessing.
pudo
He's always,
llevarlo a la guerra
he never
franca,
gives you the same
a la
shot
guerra
twice in a row.
sin cuartel,
The guy
le hizo
tonight in front of
sentir
him was
sus manos.
super
El
tough,
argentino,
pushed
el
him
inglés,
all
a
the
partir
way.
de ahí,
And this
tomó
is
la
just another
bicicleta,
learning
hizo
fight for
la
him, where
sencilla de
he made a few
trabajar desde
mistakes,
afuera,
took a
usando
few
las
too many
condiciones
shots
de
there.
un
A few
buen
more shots that he
desplazamiento
needs to
de
take.
piernas,
Go back to the drawing board
pero el inglés
and
le costó,
maybe look to
y el
them for
argentino
future
se ganó,
performances,
como se
but
dice,
a really
se
good,
ganó
solid
muy bien
performance from Eubank. I made
el
him a clear
cheque.
winner. I don't
Así
really
que
think he
bueno,
dropped
estamos
around.
acá desde Facebook
The
esperando
biggest thing for me
el
was
fallo de la pelea.
he leans
Vamos a
over
tratar
he
de
leans over
pasar
to the
las
side
peleas
and
en
almost
vivo.
turns his body
A
away
veces se
when
puede, a
he's
veces no, por el
being
tema de los
defensive on the
derechos
ropes.
de
He's
autor.
really good on the ropes.
Mientras se
And
pueda,
as
vamos
George
a
mentioned,
seguir
that check,
con
that
este
took was
sistema.
fantastic.
Ahí
When he
está
leans over, he also
el gato
says,
Antín.
"Run away,
Vamos
look at the floor."
al fallo
That's his
de la
biggest flaw, I
pelea,
feel.
a ver
Yeah, I mean, David, I
cuáles son los
David Hay
guarismos
used to be guilty of it. But what
de este
David Hay
evento, en
had
donde
was
el gato Antín,
equalizer power.
cada vez
So
que le toca
sometimes you can cross his legs, come back
representarnos a
like the
nivel
Derek
internacional,
Chisora
lo
fight.
hace
He ends
muy,
up going one way,
pero
turns
muy
away,
bien.
and then put you asleep. Harlem isn't sadly blessed with that.
Well, Tuka is desperately trying to get into the ring. As you can see, the fighters are ready, along with the patient Bob Williams, and Tuka is there now to give us the benefit of the scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the score totals. Kieran McCann had it 99 to 89. Lee Every, 98 to 90. Sean McAvoy, 97 to 91. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Let's hear it for Harlem Eubank.
Difficult test, negotiated with some style. Harlem Eubank marches to 17-0.
There you have it. He maintains his unbeaten record. Harlem Eubank with the win over 10 rounds. But the action doesn't stop here tonight at Yorkville. We'll be back after the break. Harry Scarf against Jordan Dijon coming up next.
Bueno, amigos de Boxeo Maravilla,
Epic
fue
deals now on
un
at
placer
Curry's, and with our price
volver
promise, you won't get it cheaper.
volver a transmitir una pelea en vivo de un argentino. Así que bueno, los espero y como siempre digo, vamos a tratar de seguir llevándoles día a día la pelea de aquellos argentinos que tal vez no son muy televisados en los grandes medios de comunicación. Desde Boxeo Maravilla vamos a tratar de darle su espacio, como hace muy buen tiempo que estamos teniendo todo el apoyo de ustedes. Seguime en Instagram, seguime en Facebook y en YouTube. Amigos de Boxeo Maravilla, los dejo. Hasta la próxima. Chau, chau.